At that time, things were really easy. 100% easy things at that time. I have no issue for the working visa. I had no issue for the national insurance number. I had no issue to look for a job. Everything was like, there was plenty of jobs opportunities at that time.
My name's Jonathan Dunn, and I'm setting out to discover some of the truths behind immigration to the UK. Recent reports show that over 570,000 people have entered the UK in the last year, with 350,000 emigrating in the same period. The new coalition government seems sure they will cut those numbers to the tens of thousands in years to come, with cutbacks coming on those entering the UK on a student visa. The Home Secretary Theresa May has made the intentions of the government very clear.
If people enter this country saying that they will only stay here temporarily, then it is obvious that they should only stay here temporarily. Working in Britain for a short period should not give someone the right to settle in Britain. Studying a course in Britain should not give someone the right to settle in Britain. Settling in Britain should be a cherished right, not an automatic add-on to a temporary way in.
Here in my hometown Northampton, the evidence is on show of how well we live together. But I'm curious to know the stories behind the people around me. Why did they come here? I have particular interest in one story. I am good friends with one of those 570,000 that entered the UK. Meet Abdul. Back in 2007, he lived in Baghlan, North Afghanistan, around 5 hours from the capital city, Kabul. I first met him 4 years ago here at Findon Dolben Cricket Club, around 20 minutes from his foster home in Burton Latimer. At the age of 14, his father died of cancer, shortly followed by the death of his mother from unknown illnesses. Being an only child, he had no one left, and decided to head for a country he had heard of: England. I went to Cambridge Regional College, where Abdul now studies applied sciences, to find out what it was like back home in Afghanistan and why he came to England.
Well, the best, just to escape.
Yeah.
The main reason was to escape and be something in life.
And was there a particular reason why it was England? Why not America or?
Because that was more often from people we were hearing England is one of the most they're looking after humans' rights a lot than compared to other countries. There's no peace in home, to be honest. There's always war from 45 years. There's one fight finished, the other fight started. But we would not. My parents was really strict. They was not allowing me to do any the only thing they want just to be something in life. They was not telling me anything about the fight. It was whenever I was what's gonna happen, Dad? He was no, you just concentrate on your homework. Just don't worry about it. So what's the worst thing about when you go back to home? You see that fear in the people's eyes and faces. When you see to them, you don't feel comfort. Just normal person, to be normal person, you won't be doing any harm, but you just feel that fear in the face and the eyes. And you can't compare who is the bad and who is the good person, because everyone leaves beards and turban, and so you don't know who is Taliban and who is not.
He exchanged his land for travel to the UK with a man he called an agent. Ahead of him laid a 4-month journey in the back of lorries and vans. His journey took him through Iran, Turkey, Greece, Italy and France, and finally over the borders at Dover.
I had enough freshness, and this is the time because when I first come in here, I say, wow, this is a new life. I got new opportunity, and I have to use it in the best way and get more stuff out of it. So really, I tried really hard to be happy.
Since our last talk, Abdul was contacted by the Home Office saying that he may be sent back home. He had settled down here and worked hard, getting 5 GCSEs with an ambition to study to be a doctor at Cambridge University. So why were the government after him? I went to see Nazreen Maltaf, who had come here herself from Pakistan at the age of 8, but now advises immigrants as a legal aid.
The story of Abdul is a lot of our young lads that I actually get to meet and represent. They originally, the journey starts from a motorway where they've just literally got off a lorry and you've nailed it. So they have to go in person to the Home Office. They're screened, fingerprinted, and they are placed at foster parents. But when they're this young, Abdul's 15, they will be given exceptional leave to remain, which was the old status.
Yeah.
Now it's basically limited leave or discretionary leave, as they call it, because in Abdul's case, I from the article that you've read and not having done his case or spoken to him, I am assuming that his scenario was that he had nothing left in Afghanistan. It was only a matter of time before he found himself dead. And with the war and the fighting and everything, he left. But he doesn't appear to have a persecution reason. His reason is that he was a young child with nobody to take care of him.
It seemed Abdul may struggle with his appeal to stay here, with government guidelines becoming stricter by the day. So what did it used to be like? I visited Terry Butt, who came here from Pakistan 22 years ago to play cricket, and now owns a local shop in Northampton.
At that time, things were really easy. 100% easy things at that time. I have no issue for the working visa. I had no issue for the national insurance number. I had no issue to look for a job. Everything was like, there was plenty of jobs opportunities at that time. I think the government is doing, they're working really hard to pinpoint the people who are working illegally or living illegally. But it's a hard and sad thing. But on the other side, you've got the law.
I wanted to know what life was like in Afghanistan, but since I couldn't go myself, I spoke to someone that had been there. James Hullett has served there twice as part of the Helmand Task Force.
Well, when I was there, they have to travel, like you said, hours and hours to get to the nearest doctor. So this was the thing, if like people got shot, then they'd have to spend hours, and usually they might more likely bleed to death. So the Afghans are very non-biased people. They just want a quiet life, you know, and whatever side they're on, whichever makes the best decision, they'll go on their side, you know. If as long as they get a quiet life, they're happy.
So would you say people have the wrong perception of people from Afghanistan?
Definitely, yeah.
Your main thing to do was to protect Afghan people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
From the Taliban?
From the Taliban. Yeah.
Wow.
It's quite a difficult job.
Sadly, Abdul's appeal to stay in the UK was rejected, but instead of returning home, he has gone into hiding. I have lost all contact with him.
But where somebody like your friend has gone underground, he is going to have to, unfortunately, in order to gain any form of status, if he continues to live in the country illegally under the current law, he's only going to be allowed to make an application for indefinite leave to remain when he's been in the country 14 years.
I mean, to me, if I have nobody back home, I don't want to go back home.
No.
But if the law of the country says, I'm really sorry, you've lost your appeal, we've given you a chance, I have no chance to stay in this country.
Abdul is now one of the reported 1 million illegal immigrants in the UK, and I doubt I will ever see him again. It's obvious that going into hiding is wrong, but next time I hear of immigration problems, I'll remember there's a story behind each person. Ever want to play for Afghanistan?
Well, I don't know.
Or England? Would you play for England or
Yeah, I'll
Afghanistan?
play for England if I get a chance. Because I got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd prefer to play for England?
Yeah.